Here we go.
Welcome to the only radio station of its kind, dedicated to covering the green industry, bringing you the latest in industry news, products, services, and technology, and spotlighting the achievements of industry professionals around the world. Now for Turf's Up Radio's Weekend Review, here's your host, Darren Gruner.
Good morning, and welcome to Turf's Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruner, and I am live in the Turf's Up Radio studios in always sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Boy, do we have a great show for you. Hey, listen, I want you guys to stick around. Make sure you listen to. I got a story to tell you. I need your help. Landscapers, designers, guys around the field, business owners, people that are. I need your help, and I want you to give me some advice. Okay, I have a story for you that I need your help to help me move forward because I have a project going on right now and I need your help. So please stick around because it's very important to me. If you guys just hang in there for me, I appreciate it very much. I got a grech show for you guys today. A lot of great stuff happening. You guys will notice that I am wearing something a little different. We were made fun of a couple weeks ago because a bunch of old mans look like we're on oxygen because we had those iPhone headphones. It looks like you're connected to it did. I mean, he was right. Listen, to call a spade. We look like old men with connected oxygen. And next thing you know, we're flatlined. Anyway, we're not today. We got studio speakers. Why? Because we got with it, right? We're with it. Pretty cool. We got hooked up. Derek Jones hooked us up. We got a lot of great stuff going on with Turf's Up Radio. A lot of good stuff happening. Green Industry Events .com is about to let me see, is it on my left here? Is about to launch. You're going to be able to find, this is what's really cool about this. I don't sleep, guys. You know that, right? I get up, I think constantly. I wanted a place for everybody to be able to go and find events all over the country. What I didn't think of until the other day is that we also want to find a place to display our work, right? We want to showcase who we are, not just on the radio and not just on YouTube, but to actually go and display our work, our hard efforts. So there's local home shows. There's home shows you can go to all over the country that we just don't know about. I find these little shows here, and maybe there are not a lot of people that are attending, but the people that do get a lot of those business. It's a great way to get business, by the way. Yeah. You guys know that. So if you have you have a niche that you're good at and you want to showcase it, go to a local home show, and guess how you're going to find it? You can find it right there, Turf's Up, or powered by Turf's Up Radio. GreenIndustryEvents.com. You can be able to find that too. I know Scott's all excited about that. His hair actually just went up a couple of inches, stood up like boom. He heard that. It's like I'm not going to say that, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm referring to, Jeff Hesser and Scott. Yeah, tell you what. But listen, we got Scott, Landscape by Acme, Horoszewski. By the way, did you check out Scott's interview with you did an interview with Tim Fondrick, a digital contractor. Yep. That was great. Adam's got one today, by the way, right after this show at 10 o'clock. So make sure you listen to that one because you'll learn a little insight about us, about all the guys inside Turf's Up Radio, why we're involved, and all the great things that we're trying to do. We got Eric, the turf teacher, Eric W. Jones.
Good morning.
Eric W. Jones, the turf teacher. And thanks, man, for joining us. You're gonna hook us up with some traffic on the turf today. It's beautiful out, right? Beautiful out today. Right?
Here. Well,
here it is.
We're not in Fort Lauderdale, Florida there, Darren.
You actually sound like you are, though. That's pretty cool. Thanks to these new studio.
The new technology.
The Rodecaster Pro.
The Rodecaster Pro, baby. You hooked us up. I really appreciate it.
I got to write that down.
Now, I'll tell you later. Jeff. It's not like you and I don't talk on a regular basis. I'll teach you.
Do you actually talk to him more than you do me, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, listen, Scott's smart. Let me tell you something. Scott knows. I got it. I understand exactly what Scott does. Scott knows if he gets me on the phone, I'm going to talk his friggin' ear off. He knows it. So you know what he does? He emails me.
That's right. That's the easiest way.
He's like that, and it's like, and I want to pick. He knows I want to pick up the phone and just talk because I'm a talker. I like to talk on the phone, but I respect the people around me, and I understand that he's busy, and I want to. But that's good. So Jeff Hesser doesn't care because Jeff Hesser's like me. He likes to he's a talker.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff Hesser. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Show us that picture again. I took this picture of him right before we went live on Turfs Up Radio. Listen, right now we're having, for some reason, and I'm sorry, guy. There it is, Jeff Hesser.
Like, hold on, my Trump hat.
Like that. That's gonna be his. That's his logo. That's the Jeff Hesser logo.
Okay. How about the real thing?
Yeah, you look like a little boy in that hat. You do. You look like a little boy.
Because I got a little pea head. I got a little tiny little pea head.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
but
Beetlejuice.
It's his smile that does it every day.
It's like I got a Beetlejuice head.
Listen, you don't like when we say that, but you can say it by yourself, right?
I can say it. You can't.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool. Listen, we got a great show, and I really need you to stick around because I need your help. And if you're listening, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember YouTube, we have Turfs Up Television, by the way. Go to turfsupradio.com and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it's the beginning of it. It's like at the beginning of when it all started, right? We're here. We're just starting with the Turfs Up TV. It's pretty cool. But we're going to be having all of our TV station, all the stuff that we're doing on the Turfs Up TV. Now, if you want to get on Turfs Up TV, because we get so many people that visit our website on a daily basis, if you want to be on Turfs Up TV, all you have to do, you can make your own video on YouTube. Just do what you're normally doing. The only thing that you're going to be required to do is just do a shout out to Turfs Up Radio. That's it. Get people to download the Turfs Up Radio app. On that video, and we'll upload it and we'll add you to our playlist, and boom, you're right there. It's all you got to do. Try to keep them short, try to keep them under, half a day if you can. Just enough to get people, get some exposure. You want to showcase your work on Turfs Up television. It's all free. All free. Happy to. I think it's a cool idea, and I'm doing it for you guys. I just want it. This is your industry, your station. It's the way it's going to be. But we got a great show for you today. Remember, I need you. Okay, I need all three of you, and then I need everybody else that's listening because I need your help. And remember, write this down. You can send me your answer, send me your reply to info@turfsupradio.com. I want to hear from you because I really have a problem, and it's not fair. It's just something that we all run into. With the things that, when we're in business, and there's no way out. You get caught in a box and you just can't get out, and there's no right way to get out. I'll tell you what I did. I think I made a mistake, and I want to talk about it, and I need your help. Okay. So when we come back, we got that. We got Turf Teacher with the traffic on the turf. Then we got products of the day, still new products, learning about them every day, every week when Scott's not out plowing, of course.
For Traffic on the Turf, brought to you by Pro Products, helping you navigate your way through weeds, pests, and disease, and loading your trucks with the products and tools you'll need to provide your clients with the healthiest lawns, trees, and shrubs. Now, here's Eric Jones, the turf teacher for today's Traffic on the Turf.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Reviews. Swat that fly, Eric Jones, would you?
Swat that fly with some Pro Products. What is going on this morning, Darren?
You tell me, my friend. You tell me.
Well, the Turf Teacher has a lot going on this week. We're going to be at the Green and Grow Show. It actually starts Monday with the educational classes that they got going on. However, Wednesday, I'm doing 2 seminars. I'm doing one on small landscape spaces, and then we're doing one in the afternoon on content marketing. And then we have the marketplace that's open all day Thursday and Friday. So we're going to be there. If I'm not in class on campus, I'm going to be at the Green and Grow Show. It's in Greensboro, North Carolina. This week, we'll be broadcasting live with Turfs Up Radio. We're going to record both of the seminars that I'm doing. We're going to be passing out cards. We're going to be gaining a lot of listeners. We're going to be introducing this to the Green and Grow Show. This is going to be a lot of nurserymen and greenhouse operators, and then a lot of local landscapers that come to the Green and Grow Show. And,
yeah, they're all over the place. People that are interested in the green industry are everywhere. I'm just telling you, walk down the street. I mean, you may not know it, but you walk down the street, there's somebody that's interested in what you got to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And, and the one thing that I'm kind of excited about that me and you have been talking about, Darren, is possibly a morning show, possibly. And then, doing a question.
No. You're back at
I'm not
that's the
backing out.
That's the beginning of backtracking. No.
No. So a morning show.
Scott's going to do it then. I'm just going to have Scott do it.
No. I'm gonna do it. Scott's going to come in because he's an hour behind. He can kind of pick up right afterwards.
That's a good idea.
Well, maybe I'll come in before you, so that way I can start it. So
do what?
Gotta have something powerful in the morning. See,
guys, I'm telling you, that's great. I'm thinking that we're ready. Turf Stop Radio is we've been hanging. For a little, it's been February 14th, by the way, guys, coming up, anniversary, Turf Stop Radio anniversary, February 14th.
Yep.
And
where are you taking us? You can't
taking?
take Renee anywhere that night. You got to take your contributors.
If Renee hears that, she's going to be, I don't know about that. Anyway, we're ready. We're ready. We're going to do live morning shows. So instead of turning into your local station to listen to a bunch of morons, well, there's some of them pretty funny, actually. They are pretty funny. That's why I got the idea. But we're going to have great music. You're going to have the Eric Jones show. We want to get Scott. We want to get Scott to have his own show, the Scott Horoszewski Show, coming to you live from Ohio, next to Drew Carey. Drew Carey, is that his name?
Nope.
Not Drew Carey. Is that Drew Carey? That's the guy that's from Ohio, right? The guy that's Cleveland, Ohio. That's right. So anyway, we got to get them right, Eric. Yeah, don't backpedal on me, buddy.
I'm not backpedaling. We're going to do it. We're going to do the 6 to 8 morning show, the Eric Jones show, and then I'm also excited about doing a Monday night question and answer radio show that contractors can call in, and we just kind of have a discussion. So
we're going to keep that clean.
Yes. Hey, I'm not standing up in front of my contractor, so when I'm on the air, I'm real clean.
Well, I'm just worried about your contractors. You get some of those guys up there. They just want to. That's okay. We like that. We'll just have to. Somebody will have to be running the board beeping. Doing the beep thing. All day. But that's cool. So what's going on in your neck of the woods as far as weather, putting stuff down on your lawn? Is it ready? You're not ready to go. It's January still, right?
Yeah, it's January. I mean, we've just done some equipment maintenance this week. I know the guys, they got the dump truck. They painted it underneath. They painted the bed, and we got to get some body work done on it. So it's a lot of mower and equipment maintenance that we're doing right now. And we had a lot of rain this week, so it's kind of tough doing anything. It's 41 degrees right now. Not much going on outside this Saturday morning, and just ready for some spring weather, man. But looking forward to these conferences that we're going to too. So it can rain those days.
I'm sure a lot of you guys are out there. You're just, you get to this, you get to the point where you just can't wait for winter to come and just be over. And then where's that hump, where you get tired of being winter and you want to go back to work again, Right
now, it's already time to get back to work again.
I guess it's like maybe a week or two after the holiday, after the Christmas holiday, after New Year's, and then you're just like, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me get back to going.
Well, we got teased last week with some, high 60, low 70 degree days. And now it was cold and rainy this week. It's just time. I'm just afraid, we always pay for that good weather that we do have in the winter.
Yep.
Right.
And so comes March, April, how cold and nasty is it going to be those months? So
you're going to get hit with a snowstorm. You're going to get hit with a big snowstorm sometime in March.
Yeah, I saw you guys were getting hit with a snowstorm pretty soon. It looked like it anyway, coming up towards the East Coast, Jeff. No, didn't.
That was last week. This time last week it was like sleeting and raining.
They were talking down here a couple of days because it was weird. I went to go get the permits. I was telling you 2 days ago for the Sky Lounge, and I went in. It was beautiful out. Gorgeous. I mean, I wanted to sit outside. It was so nice out. I was waiting for my number to be called because it's so ridiculous down here to try to get permits. But I was waiting outside, and the sun was hitting my back. I'm like, this is great. It's so warm because the day before, remember, we had the coldest day of the year was 35 days. So I was like, oh, I love this. I'm like, I can't go. You know what? After I get my permits, I'm going to go to the pool. It's going to be great. I went in and got my permits. I was in there for maybe a half hour. I turned around and I came outside. It was pouring, and it poured so hard. It hasn't been like that for a long, and it stayed like that all day. And then I looked at the news and they said it was all going north, and we thought you were going to get hit with snow, and you didn't. I know it was coming across the country, right, Scott? It was coming across the country. You guys got hit though, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a little bit up here, but I mean, 7 inches isn't much. So
you get snow. Wow, nice.
Eric, shut up. Eric, I know what you want to say. You know what? Keep your mouth shut. Look,
I know what he's thinking too.
No, that's your mind in the gutter.
Listen, on that note, I'm hanging this one up because we got a lot to get to because I need your help. I really, really need your help, and it's going to take a little time. I want to get some people to email me. I want you guys to give me your individual advice. Tell me what you do. I'm going to tell you what I'll do if something happens. It's going to be interesting. Eric and I talked a little bit about this in the car, and now he'll start to understand what I want to talk about.
I know,
and I want your help. All right, we come back. We got that and much, much more. Turf time right now is 16 after 9.
Now that today's traffic has been cleared up, you're free to stay ahead of your competition. Today's traffic on the turf was brought to you by
Darren, can you hear me?
Products. The end of weed,
Darren, can you hear me?
disease begins here. Protecting the ones we love naturally is our highest purpose. To learn more about how Pro Products can help your landscape and lawn irrigation business,
you got to email them.
ProProducts.com.
Easiest way, Jeff.
You own a business and want it to be the best it can be.
Of course I do.
Bye, Renee.
That means you need to offer the
Renee.
best products available.
Sounds great, but how do I find them?
The good news is you can rely on the guys at Turf's Up Radio to keep you up to date on all the latest and top products.
Good to know. What do you got?
Well, here's a product we found that will make your clients happy and your competition envious.
Welcome back to Turf's Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruner, live in the Turf's Up Radio studios in always sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yo, dude, Scott Horoszewski, Landscape by Acme. I saw a video, by the way, that you did, and I was confused. Maybe you know, I go through these videos. I'm not really good at the social media stuff, and I scroll through. There's so many things to look at. I mean, I can't. I mean, please don't fault me, but there are so many things to look at, and I want to get to everything and on top of everything that I'm doing. It's just not fair. That's why we created Turf's Up Radio, right? So that we can put it all in one spot. So this is, you know, this is all the stuff you want to know about is right there. Anyway, I want to know about more stuff that you do, Scott. So I watched the stuff that you do. I was confused. You got a card or a postcard from another Acme landscaping company, or is that your new card? So were you saying? Tell me about that.
It's a guy. His name is Ben, and he runs Acme Mowing in Oklahoma. And I sent him a shirt and a sticker of ours over to him, and he's gonna wear the shirt, so he'll be wearing our company. And then he's turned around and sent us stuff back. And so we're kind of, you know, we both love Acme, so we're both, you know, out there trying to promote the heck out of Acme. So that was the best thing to have, is, you know, to have him send me something back and put it on our board. So
wow, what a twist! You know, that could have gone the opposite way. It could have been, hey, mother effer, you got my name. I want my goddamn name back. I'm suing your right. But you didn't do it that way. You embraced it.
Yep.
What a you know, you're better than I am, because when I had Kentucky Blue up in the Northeast, a guy wanted to he called me up. I called him up. I said, you got to stop using my name. He goes, I like Kentucky Blue. I like the name. I said, is that your only defense? that you want? And I said, you got to stop using it. Well, the reason why, well, by the way, just so you know, and you should vet them first, because it turns out I went to go get my home improvement license up in the Northeast, and they denied me. And they said, is your address at blah, 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 Saskatchewan, New Jersey, whatever it was. I'm like, no, I'm in South Jersey. It was him. Whatever he did, he was screwing, like he was screwing his name up. Right. So at that point I needed to get it, but you got to be careful with that. But I like how you did that. You're a good guy, man. See that? We found out of all the roughness, you know, all the curled feathers or whatever you call it, the leaves.
Yeah, all the spikes in my hair, all the piercings and all that stuff and the tattoos. I'm still a little bit of down home. So
listen, here's what's funny, and it's if your face was a little thinner, it would look a little bit more like those trees in the background. But you have, and I'm playing with you, but I've never seen a tree depicted like that. Those are nice. It's a nice logo.
Yeah.
I like it.
It looks like his hair too.
It does. It looks, yeah. Maybe they were a little. You should paint little faces. All right, I'm not doing this live on air. Poor Scott. You know what he does? It's because you're nice. I mean, you do such nice things. I mean,
Stop beating on him. He's not going to join us anymore if you keep beating him down.
I'm just going to stop coming on here.
No, we don't want to. Scott,
we won't have your morning guy in the morning. See,
Scott, right, exactly. We really appreciate what you do. I'm only kidding. You're such a good guy, and you are. You're a handsome fella, and we love having you on. So, talk to us about the products. What do you have?
This week, so what I've been doing this week, I've been doing all kinds of stuff, but I've been kind of getting together with Kohler. So Kohler is putting on this event, and anybody should know that this event's going to be awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
It's going to be in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and pretty much there's going to be a whole day worth of demo. Kohler's pretty much providing all the food, all the rooms. It's a $250 cost, and I mean, you're getting 2 days worth of just demoing equipment and talking to other landscapers. There's only 100 spots, and from talking to Kohler yesterday, there's only about 20 spots left, and they're trying to fill it up so that way everybody gets to have fun. They're giving some great giveaways. They're giving away a 30-inch Exmark, 30-inch Toro mower, and then the grand prize, if you get to stay both days and you pay for the spot, is they're giving away a $10,000 Skag V ride. So,
wow.
I mean, that's one great possible thing to get on here. I mean, everybody's going to learn about something about, they're talking about financing. They're going to talk about media. They're going to talk about what's going on in the lawns, what's going on with, Kohler's equipment and everything. So this is a great event. I mean, I know there's lots of events going on, and this is the perfect time for everybody to get into and doing events. I mean, I know Jeff's gone to a lot of events right now. Eric's doing a bunch of events right now, which is awesome for everybody. So this is a great time for, a lot of guys cut back at this time and start looking and go to these events. And, this is one good event besides GIE to go to and be able to demo stuff for a whole day. So, I mean, where else can you go besides GIE and a demo? They're going to have over 20 pieces of equipment there to demo. So
that's pretty cool. Kohler. So Kohler makes a great motor, I guess. What do? They whatever piece of equipment that they have their motor in, they're letting you demo. Is that how that works?
No, they're actually Skag's bringing mowers there. There's like all the distributors are bringing their equipment there to have you this thing. Most of it will be Kohler engines, but there will be some that are Kawasaki. They're not holding it back to just Kohler engines. They're just, whatever distributor they contacted. And like I said, they had over 20 distributors that have responded back and are bringing stuff. So that's a good thing
really,
to have.
I sent you a link to our greenindustryevents.com page. By the way, it's just not ready to go yet. It's not, we're going to be launching that on Monday or Tuesday. But I sent you the link anyway, so you can go and you can add. Would you do me a favor and add that all that information to there? So when we do launch that, and I'm going to give all of our contributors a link to that site too. So if you have any events that you like to go to, what's really cool about the greenindustryevents.com page that we got, you can, if you find an event that you like, you can easily share it. There's easy share buttons right there with anybody you want right there on top of that event. So if you want to get a bunch of people to go with you to an event, you can do that. This is a great event, a good example of an amazing event. If you haven't been to Mississippi,
I love Mississippi.
Have you? I've never been. I'd love to.
Stationed in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've never been. But I'm glad you're representing Turfs Up Radio, Scott. So
they are letting us videotape as much and take videos, do interviews with everybody there. So I mean, it's going to be a great time for us and Turfs Up Radio. So
we're gonna have some handouts for you and all the good stuff. Or if you're a listener, Turfs Up Radio fan, you're going to be there. You want to get some free stuff. Go look for Scott.
Yep. Come find me on Instagram. You can also look up, if you want to get to this event and you're looking for a way to get to this event, you can go to Beach River on Instagram. You can go to Plemons Lawn Care on Instagram, Sean Spencer on Instagram, or Ambrose on Instagram. This is the Lawn and Landscape Society event. So if you're interested, hit one of those up and you can get on and get there before they run out of spots.
You're going to have a link. You're going to have control over the greenindustryevents.com page too, Scott. So if you can tag us or do whatever, you can upload your stuff there. And by the way, if you're a contributor and you want to do that, you want to be more involved, you'll be part of all this. You'll be able to upload all the great stuff that's going on right to our station and be part of this. And we're excited. Scott, we're really excited about it. When's the date again? I know you said. I just wanted
to. It's February 26th and 27th. We actually get there the 25th, and there's a little dinner event, and then pretty much 2 days in a row. So
was it 28th? Does it end on the 28th? You said.
We end on the 20. I think the 27th because I'm on my way back on the 28th. So
okay. Because I saw something about a brat fry at noon on the last day. I saw that. Brat fry on the last day. And then that's when they'll give away the big prize. But I mean, everybody's going to go away with, you're going to get a bunch of knowledge. You're going to get to network with 100 people. Kohler's giving out tumblers. They're giving out hats, a whole bunch of good stuff. And then, all the distributors will be out there giving out stuff. So, I mean, people are not going to go away with nothing. They're going to go away with great knowledge and a bunch of, free gifts. So, I mean, it's always a good time. So.
That's really cool. Thanks for bringing that to us. I really appreciate that. Listen, when we come back, we got a lot more. We got to help Darren out. I mean, listen. See, I've been doing this for a long time, and I still need your help. You know what I mean? Because there's always new. Listen, I'm not the kind of guy. I was talking to a guy at the permit place, and he said he was talking to some old man. He just wouldn't get out of his own way by telling him, I'm older and wiser, and you got to listen to what I got to say, and that couldn't be farther from the truth because times change, baby. I need your help. I'm not going to be that guy. I need your help. When we come back, you guys, I need your help. All right, that and much, much more. Turf time right now is 9:30.
At Turfs Up Radio, we're giving you an edge on the competition while helping you grow your business.
I could use that.
Then keep listening in for more exciting product information.
Sounds good.
At Turfs Up Radio, we've got your back.
Welcome back to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruner, and I am live in the Turfs Up Radio studios in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I need your help, guys. Should I tell you the story now? Jeff,
yes.
You got something you want to share, right? With that, you read an article real quick. You can share that real quick, and then we'll get to my story.
Obviously, so you guys obviously get all the green industry magazines. So one I like is Irrigation and Green Industry. Get this one. There's always something good in there. So last night I had about an hour to just sit around, but there was a really good article about a guy named Michael Kravitsky. You guys know who he is? He's out of Pennsylvania, like a 4th generation landscape company. His grandfather started it. It's like pretty cool. Very good read if you get a chance. But I think I want to get this guy on Raise the Mic. So if anybody out there knows Michael Kravitsky, the 4th, have him get a hold of Jeff Hesser at Turfs Up Radio or Jay Hesser at turfsupradio.com. And we'd like to get him on a Raise the Mic on a Sunday morning if we could. Yeah. All right.
Well, without a doubt.
But another one was irrigation.
A little summary.
Troubleshooting is what it was. It's a big hot mess. People can't see it, but it's a picture of a valve box with hundreds of wires hanging out of it.
Yeah.
It's a hot mess. And it says the irrigation troubleshooters top 5. So that's a good read also if you're an irrigation geek like Eric and I.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. All right, cool. We'll get a hold of this Krasinski guy. Yeah, I'd like to talk to him. Find out what's grinding his gears, right?
Yes. Yep.
What's grinding his. That's cool. All right, good. So thanks, Jeff. I definitely need your help. Okay, and I don't even know where to start. And a little
at the beginning.
A little perplexed about this situation. A lot of you guys know I've been the landscaper for many, many years, and I've done I do design work, and I hate to say it, I'm a high-end design guy. I'll do whatever I feel like doing, right? That's, at this point, I've been doing it for a long time. If I feel like doing a $20,000, $30,000 job, I will. I can do a $200,000 job like that. I mean, we all know we vamp our way up to that area. I got caught up with this job that this lady had a backyard up in West Palm Beach that her whole property she wanted to improve. And we all know numbers, right? We can go to a property and we know what it's going to cost to fix it up. We do. Just, I mean, whether they're going to redo their pavers or pools or their landscaping, whatever, just by square footage. A lot of us landscape designers know, architects know square footage. They go by square footage. You can basically say, what's the square footage of your property? This is how much it's going to cost to. So I knew what I was up to against, and we had a guy that was just basically going to rip this lady off. I mean, just going to come in. She was going to make, just like I was going to get ripped off on my kitchen, where they want $100,000 to do a kitchen, where I want to find out where their boat is at the end of the day, right? That I just bought. I'd rather have the boat in my backyard, not in their backyard. So I went over, and that's what I do because I try to help people, and that's my biggest mistake. I try to help, right? And a lot of guys want to do that. I don't want to deter you from trying to help your clients. It's just you have to look for signs that are where you're going to become the victim. And this is the problem. They're the victim because they want to improve their yard, but they haven't spent. They don't have the right amount of money to spend it, so they want help, and it just ends up being your problem. And this is what happened to me. She got a price of like $60,000 to do the entire property. I knew that I can do just about everything without the pavers in the backyard for about 25 or 30 grand. And I told her that. I said, that's where your budget needs to be, and for us to help you. But instead of doing the pavers and redoing the pavers for you, which is going to be probably 20, 25 grand, we can stain it for you. I'm not a staining guy. I'm a designer. I mean, what designer is going to recommend staining a paver? You're going to want to change something. If you see exposed aggregate on pavers that are old, the best thing to do is say, hey, listen, you need to get rid of those old pavers because there's nothing. It's not going to have painted pavers. Just simple painted pavers going to look like paint. But unfortunately, in Florida, a lot of people do that. So it's almost acceptable down here. I don't know if it's acceptable where you guys live, but it's almost acceptable. People are doing it, and there's actually stations. There's a company called Surface Logic they're actually down here that are Reliance. They're actually down here, and that's what they do. They make stain paint for pavers, and they're a big business. So everybody's doing it. Are they doing it in your neck of the woods, guys? I don't know. It's easier probably just to put paper. Anyway, down here you can do that. Well, got through the job. Job was gorgeous. We even added a lighting system. We got cast lighting. We put a whole, as a matter of fact, we saved a little bit of money by going to the source lighting instead of going to the bronze. But we were at a budget for there, and we ended up, cast was nice enough because we needed one more fixture to complete the job, but the budget was out, and I wasn't going to buy her another light because we've done so much for her as it was. And cast offered an extra light, so we gave her a light. What happened was during the course of the job, she misunderstood something in the contract, which I decided that it wasn't clear, and she had a right to understand to be misunderstood. So remember, I'm making concessions already. I'm already giving her a light. Now there's a part of the project where she thought the whole front yard was going to be resodded, and I only wrote in one pallet of sod, which means 500 square feet of sod in South Florida. But she may not have known that. She may have thought that one pallet will cover the whole yard. So I made a concession and said, you know what? She's right. I'll do that. She felt a little grief about what was going on. So I offered to give her some, this was a mistake. I offered to give her some stepping stones along the side of her house that leads to the you'll see it in the picture, by the way. I uploaded the picture. But I asked her, I gave her some nice stepping stones, which stone down here in Florida is not cheap like it is in the Northeast, by the way. You can buy a stepping stone for a few bucks. Here it costs $40, $60, $70 for an 18 by 18 inch, stone. It's not cheap to do this. So I went out, I said, I'll give you the stepping stones to go back to your shower on the side of your house. It's an out of the way thing. Thank you very much. We're just about done getting ready to do the stain on the backyard, and she's telling me that she doesn't like the way I put the stepping stones in. She wants pebbles around it instead of mulch around it. I'm like, well, stone here, to buy a ton of stone in Florida is not $30 a ton. It's $1,000 a ton. It really is expensive. If you live in Florida, guys, you know it's very expensive to buy stone down here. It's all logistics. They don't have that type of stone down here. They have to ship it in. So everybody's making money until it gets down here, and then we get caught spending the money. Anyway, I did what she wanted me to do. We went and got the stain, went down to Surface Logic, and she picked out, oh, by the way, and the story's almost over until I get your help. The driveway is Chicago brick, and you guys all know the different colors of the Chicago brick. There's yellows and there's reds and there's deeper reds, right? Maroons. I asked her to pick one color out. She picked the clay color out. I got down to Surface Logic and I said, and he goes, are you sure she wants this? And I said, I'm not sure. I said, let me bring the swatch, the color chart to her. Brought it up to her, showed her the color swatch. She picked out a different color. She circled it, sent me a text. I'm glad I did that. Sent me a text, told me that she's going to, that's what she wants. We mixed the stain, which was $400 or $500, mixed the stain, brought it up to her, had a little window in the top of the gallon, right? You all know you could see the paint or the stain in the top. She had sat there for a weekend until my guys came out and stained it. They stained the entire bottom half. You can see in those pictures that I have that I put up on Instagram recently on Totalscape Design. You'll see that. Beautiful, came out really nice, but it was a clay color. Let them finish and said, I don't like it. Okay, you don't like it? That's no problem. We can change it out. We can put different color, or let's do. She said to me, it's going to cost me $5,000 to sandblast it to go back to the original, and I want you, Darren, to pay for it. And then she insulted me and told me that since I let her do that, I'm not a good landscape designer. I'm not an artist. I don't know what I'm doing. So the problem here is that her house was painted the color of Eric's shirt. And I said, if I'm not a good designer, then and by me not liking the color of your house that you just had, you paid $10,000 to paint. I don't like. She said, get the F off my property. I mean, I don't like when people insult me too much. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to do something nice for somebody. So she's planning. She wants to sue me because she made them. She can't take the responsibility. What would you guys do? One-on-one, because I know what I'm going to do. If she does anything, she can't sue me in Florida. If she does, she's going to lose. We all know that because I have everything written down. But what she can do is she can try to scar my reputation by going on and doing some bad reviews on me, right?
Yep.
Because she can do that. And she can legally do it. That's her feeling. I want to know what you guys would do. Would you guys go back and offer to sandblast those papers and get them and make them right?
Nope.
What would you do? Talk to me.
Nope.
Give me somebody. Let's go.
I'd wash my hands of her and say, I've done enough for you. Here's the contract. Here's what you did. I have if you have all the paperwork and stuff that you say you have, and it's a contract, and she picked the color, you have all that to back you up, and you can win this in court, I'd wash my hands of it and get out of there. Cut your losses.
Yep, same thing.
She still owes me $500. To me, I mean, I'm gonna walk away from $500.
Who cares?
Yeah. But what's going to happen when the Google review comes up and says, you know,
Darren, how old of a lady is she?
She's in her 30s.
Okay. Well, if look at that as an opportunity to respond positively. You know, if somebody writes a bad review about you, it gives you a chance to respond in a positive way. Your future customers are going to respect that. They're going to understand that. You've got all your documentation. Just like what you could do is create a website.
You're gonna steal my thunder because I told you about that. You're gonna make it seem like that was your idea, jerk.
It's not my idea. It was not my idea. But as long as you've got your ducks in a row, I wouldn't worry about her. I wouldn't worry about it. Let her write that bad review about me and give me that opportunity to correct her. Respond twice, only twice, and do it in a respectable, positive manner. And your future customers and current clients, they're going to respect that, and they're going to understand that because they know you, and you just happen to get a bad apple. So. And there are bad apples. And I mean, really, and I feel bad for these guys that are really trying. It's not just for me. My career is, you know, I'm nearing the end of my career, and I'm not really as worried about it as I would have been if I was starting out.
But there's a lot of guys out there, and the reason why I bring it up is because there are a lot of guys out there that run into people like this, especially the new guys that are getting into business, because they're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to build something. They're doing their best to do some extra, go out of their way to help clients. So what's your advice for people that and anybody, Scott, weigh in on this. What's your advice for these young guys that run into something like this, that are really concerned about that?
I mean, the best thing is to make sure everything's written down. I mean, you're going to have customers that are going to come back on it and say that this is what I talked about. I mean, the best thing also too, and we're going to start doing it, is that when we go to estimates, record it.
Yep.
Record it. You got it all on tape. You can say, okay, well, you didn't say this in the tape that this needed to be done. And, if you got changes, I always say, write them down, email them to me. I have them, a copy of it myself right then and there, and then I'll okay it. And if it's going to cost me more, I'm going to tell you it's going to cost you, and it's an upcharge to change it. And that's the best thing to do, is have it all documented any which way.
Change order.
Change order.
Yeah. By the way, you have to, if you have a contract, everything within those four corners of the contract is what's gospel, really. And if you're going to make a change, you have to add it to that contract. You can't just say, well, we talked about it. Don't do that. You have to say that. It's really important. But you're right.
You started giving her things,
Yeah.
Cast lighting, the stepping stones. So she just expected you to give more.
That's right.
Once you give them a little bit, they're gonna want more.
They're gonna push. They're gonna push it to see how far they can get you to go, for sure. Right. Some people, you're not believe it. You're not gonna run into that all the time, but there's always people that are gonna go out there and they're gonna prey on the contractor to see what they can drag out of them, for sure.
There won't be. I won't give anything. And you think about it. When you're giving something, you're taking food off of the table of your family. Yeah. You're dropping your price in the middle of a contract. That's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You've already got the contract. Now you're dropping your price. Why would you suppose that's the negotiation part? That's not after the fact. You've already got the price. So why? So are you afraid to get paid? Sometimes that's a problem. Luckily in Florida, that consumer laws got the contractors back here. That's not the way it is all over. In the Northeast, in New Jersey, the consumer laws are protecting the consumer, not the contractor. So you got to know your laws, know where you're at, so if you got somebody on your to help your back. And I know that I do here. I know she if she wanted to sue me, it would be a blast, because I'll go hire Sekulow, the president's attorney, and let him charge me $1 million.
He's a little busy right now.
Hey, listen, she'll pay $1 million. I mean, that's the law here in Florida. If you sue somebody and you lose, it doesn't have to be on your contract. You have to pay the winning team's lawyer fee.
Wow.
They don't want you suing anybody down here.
Wow.
That's interesting.
You better be ready to sue. You better you have all your ducks in. So, and I won't, just in case the judge decides that he wants to take her side, I won't go ahead and sue her. I'm not going to sue her for $500, right? So I'll wait, and then I'll start mounting that $500. I'll start adding those interest rates, because you can do that here.
Oh yeah,
right.
You can't do that in Jersey. You can't do that in the consumer laws that are opposite, because they'll say, unless you said it in your contract that any amount due can accumulate interest if it's not paid. You have to write that in the contract. Down here in Florida, you don't. It's just a law.
Hey, can you take the stuff that you've done for her for free, adding the light, putting the steps in, and then tack that on and go, okay, now you want to be like this?
No, okay. I won't do that. I wouldn't do that anyway, because I offered it. It was something I did, and I'm fine with it. So, but I would like to hear your feedback, guys. I'd like to hear the people who are listening. Send me an email, like a real quick little something, info@turfstalkradio.com, and we'll post it. Or you can actually go right onto turfstalkradio.com, our Facebook page, and make a comment on that. Send me a little note on that if you want to. But I thank you for your help. I mean, this is something that we all run into a lot.
Yep.
We all run into a lot, and we shouldn't. Listen, when we come back, I want to talk about what's to come. I know you got this big event coming up, Scott. We got the L&L Tech Conference coming up too. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got that, and then we got to run, because that coming up next is the interview with the digital contractor and Adam Linneman. You can't miss that. All right, Turf Time right now is I don't even know. 9:49. Welcome back. Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. I'm your host, Darren Gruner, live in the Turfs Up Radio studios, and always sunny, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A lot of events live events. Live is the key word, by the way, with Turfs Up Radio. You know, we got great podcasts. Keeping Up with Mr. Jones, Executive Lounge, Mower Madness, Profits Unlimited with Wayne Bowles, Landscape Tech with Matt Hudson. What else we got? Oh, we got the Water Zone show on Saturday with Robert Starr and Chris Davey. Make sure you listen to that Saturdays at 1 p.m. I don't know about water. Jeff, that's up your alley. Water, right?
Yep.
L&L Tech Conference. I want to talk about this. Did you get your 10% discount yet? Are you going to the tech conference? You should. It's important, right? Learn about all the new – listen, there was a lot of tech stuff at the GIE, and not everybody got a chance to really dive into that. This is concentrated technology moving forward. You need to find out about that. And what's going to be great about that, if you go to lnltechconference.com and register today, you will get a 10% discount. And the tickets are not cheap, but you get some good stuff with it. And you're going to do a lot of learning with it. And it's in February. And guess what? It's in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, beautiful.
It's beautiful. And you're not going to be there, Jeff, and neither is Scott. But Scott's going over to the Kohler right after. It's okay. You're going to learn from us exactly how to do a live broadcast. Scott knows how.
Interesting.
Scott, you know how to do it. You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be just fine. A lot of great stuff. Eric, you got something to say?
Oh, no. I'm just looking forward to the Lawn and Landscape Tech Conference, but I'm looking forward to this week, the Green and Grow Show in Greensboro, North Carolina. You're
gonna do live stuff there too, which is gonna be good. Yeah, we're gonna get you all hooked up, guys. The whole idea of Turfs Up Radio is to listen live as we go through the week, because there's a lot of transitions that's happening right now, whereas we're pulling and introducing everybody to the radio, because we're all landscapers. We're business owners. We're in the green industry. You know, these are guys that are transferring from a green industry guy to a radio guy, and then back again, and then back again, right? So we're teaching everybody. That's Scott. We're going to get you so excited and so prepped up for this that you're going to be doing it all the time. But we want live stuff. If you want to be a contributor for Turfs Up Radio, go to turfsupradio.com/become a contributor. It's that easy. No dashes in between. Just become a contributor. Fill out that form and send it, and we'll give you a call. We'll talk to you about it. We'll talk about all the things that are to come, because you get a lot of good, nice package. I know you guys, dribs and drabs, but we've been working this together. Remember, our anniversary is still 1 year anniversary is coming up, so we're putting it all together. We got a great contributor package. You'll get yourself a nice Eddie Bauer jacket, Turfs Up Radio on it. You have your own show. You'll have your little logo on that side. You'll get a hat, you'll get T-shirts, you get some great handouts to give to other people, because who doesn't like to give, right? I think for some of us we like to give better than we like to get, right, guys?
Right.
Especially when it's got your logo on it.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. I want my logo on it.
There you go. I'm telling you. Yeah, put your logo on it. And we'll get the hats. We'll put the logo, Turfs Up Radio there. You'll have your hat, get your logo on the back of that.
Put all the logos on them. Can't you put all the logos on them?
Just pack them. Just stack them over on top of each other.
Like a big billboard. A big billboard on your head.
So everybody hears it, sees it. Everyone who walk around.
We'll get like a cone, and it'll be around the cone. And that'll be
I'm not wearing appealing. A cone, so sorry.
That'll be appealing.
I think there's people awake in my house this morning. I hear people walking around upstairs. I think my wife's out of bed now.
That's really cool. Anybody have anything exciting to tell us of what's going on this week?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Donald J. Trump is coming to Wildwood, New Jersey on Tuesday. Best president ever. And me and my boys are going down. and we're going to rock it. We're going to get in. We're going to be at the convention. I'm going to wearing all my Trump gear. And God bless America. That's what I'm saying. Trump 2020.
You're a mess.
Screw the impeachment. Yeah. It's a big joke.
We just lost half our listeners. So I'm looking. Actually, I don't think that. I think that most of the people in the green industry are just fed up.
Right.
You know, listen, help us. You know what? The reason why we're all doing well. Remember, the economy's great. The reason why we're all doing well is because of this guy, and or maybe it's just because of the excitement. You know, but whatever it is, why rock the boat?
Right.
If you're not a Trump fan because you don't like him personally, which by the way, I never watched his Apprentice. I didn't care for him. I did not, but I like what he's doing for the country. I'm not a fan of him particularly, but I would rather. I like him. I mean, I like what I tell you what I don't like. I'll tell you publicly who I don't like, and I don't care what you think, Jeff. But it is what it is. But I don't like people yelling at me, and that's that Mark Levin dude. And I like Hannity, but when I like Hannity better than I like Mark Levin. And Hannity refers to Mark as the great one. I think that Hannity's better and Tucker is better. I just like him. I know.
Well, it's that he's a constitutional scholar, and the man knows the Constitution inside and out.
You don't have to yell at me.
That's all. Well, listen.
You don't have to you don't have to yell at me. He yells at me.
He's excited. He's excited.
Listen, there's excitement and then there's yelling. I want you to watch him. I just want you to watch him. Listen, he could deliver the message a little differently, right? He yells at you like he's going to reach through and choke me. I have to run. It's crazy. I'm like, this guy's going to beat me up. He's in Philly.
Listen, like you said, then don't watch him. Listen, like you said,
shut
off. It off.
I know.
Just turn it off.
I'm just telling you, just telling you. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. It doesn't mean I don't like, what's going on right now. And it doesn't mean I'm going to vote the other way.
All I know is I looked at my 401k and it's through the roof. Okay.
I totally agree. I totally agree. We gotta go now, but I want to thank everybody for listening to Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. For Jeff Hesser, for Scott Horoszewski, for Eric Jones, I'm your host, Darren Gruner, reminding you to stay green and keep your hands dirty, baby.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Turfs Up Radio's Weekend Review. To hear more about what's happening each week in the green industry, be sure to download the Turfs Up Radio 24/7 app or visit turfsupradio.com. And remember to stay green and keep your hands dirty.